A lot's been said about this ship in recent days. I'm going to stick a more detailed video up on her. You just want to see the uh-oh. Uh-oh for somebody, Graf, quite possibly me. Giggles, gigglety, oh yeah, you know it. And yes, I'm taking the 1-2-1. Let's just do this. Oh, lots of battleships, buddy. Come on, give me an 8-6 match. Preferably with no American cruisers or German cruisers. In fact, an 8-6 match with a Lexington and lots of... Well, they got the carrier right. Ranger, on and off, it's been in testing for 6 months. The original cycle and botched launch was August of last year. What's the other setup? 203, the Lexi, well, he's going to have a 112 set. Yeah. Anyhow. Set fighters there as close defense. Baltimore and Biscuit don't need cover. Torpedo bombers out to the flank. And the dive bombers over to the other side. I'm just going to run along the baseline like a good little quarterback. And if I'm really lucky, I'm not about to drive straight into the side of this Yamato, who is going to start moving. There we go. 203, kinda Graf. It plays very like it. It's very forgiving, especially with the AP bombs. It's just enough like it to be familiar, and just enough not like it in that you don't quite have the same awesome power in the fighter squadrons, that she's a little more interesting. She's not a complete shutdown for the other carrier. However, the fact still remains that a Lexington or a Graf Zeppelin are the 2 carriers I'm happy to see when I'm playing this thing. So let's pull out, run west. Oh, and the whole team's reversing point A. So instead, take a turn and duck behind this island. Okay, group 2 up to cover. Group 3 and 4 go scout. Group 5 go have a look at point A. 1-2-1, yeah, you have got better damage potential overall, simply because you have got the option to torpedo and bomb and everything else. 3-4. But even getting close to a Minotaur for a second, I lost a dive bomber. Sorry, torpedo bomber. They're Stukas, I think of them as dive bombers. Anyhow, let's bring the torp bombers over here. Taking a risk going for the Donskoi, but I know exactly where he is. Well, I know where the gearing is. So, set 1, set 2. Just comb the pattern. See what happens. And while we're at it, boom, boom, boom. And he's somehow not dead after eating 3 torpedoes. Damage saturation is officially a thing. And yeah, he backed off. But okay, forced him out. Lost 3-4 bombers and oh, almost killed it. There we go. Right, sink the Bismarck. You'll all probably die in the process, but sink the Bismarck. Still pretty instructive. And our Harikaze is going for A. Let's just get a cluster bomb on this. Oh, commit. 10,000, 3 hits. Yeah, gonna lose the bombers on the way out. That's not good. Unfortunately, with his fighters still in the air, that was inevitable. And as long as they stay blobbed up like this, I am going to lose a lot of bombers trying to attack that uber flak blob, I think is the only way to describe that. And if anyone else wins, congratulations, that just proves you're still human. But really, that gearing didn't make it hard when he was in the smoke cloud and in the cap circle. It kind of cuts down the area where he could be, so just pattern drop it and hope for the best. And there's the Fletcher. Okay, nice and sorted. Where are his bombers? That's the question. I mean, he's taken so long to appear. I have to wonder if he's trying for a carrier snipe, but It's not going to accomplish very much because, well, defensive fire, and also I intend to disappear behind this rock. There they are. Right, okay, come on, skid them over. Come on, you're not getting those bombers through. I don't know why you're trying to attack a Baltimore. Come on, defensive fire. Please tell me you loaded defensive fire. Please tell me you loaded defensive fire. Well, it hardly matters. Let's just slap the panic on them anyway. Oh, that Baltimore's going to die. Never mind, he loaded defensive fire, but there's not much left of the Baltimore, so let's drag these fighters in a bit further. Okay, fine. Awaiting instructions. Well, he's lost a good chunk of his fighters anyway, and I can get my torp bombers back up. But again, I've got this problem. As long as the enemy is blobbed up en masse like this, with a Japanese, with a Shokaku, with a Kaga, I could stand back and launch at extreme range and dodge the worth of flak. With the Stukas, which only have a torp range of 1.6 kilometers when you accelerate them, I'm going to have to get close to this huge heaping pile of nope. And there really is no other way to describe it. Well, actually there are lots of other ways to describe it. Mostly I don't wanna. And why? What's the Balti doing? He's sinking. Doc, he's sinking. Right. Okay, the Donskoy is tucked in. If I send Group 3 forward and Group 4 forward, I can pitch Group 3... Ah, never mind, there we are. The Donskoy is moving. Back him off. Nah, he's tightened up. I'm not going to get a decent shot like that. Run him out of range again before I lose a bomber. Instead, just send in the dive bombers and introduce him to some armor piercing. Come here. That's right, just stay where I want you. Come on, Group 5. Get on the move. And yoink. Committing. Boom. Yeah, that's what you get for being static, isn't it? Now let's see, we've got the KGV and the Yamato. I'm going to go for the Yamato, honestly, because, well, he's probably not damn-conned for one thing. And for another, the KGV at this point constitutes waste of ammo. However, Yamato, mighty torpedo belt Yamato, let's see what happens when we smack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 torpedoes into you. Oh look, there's not a lot left. Right, fighters still in standby. Okay, we're gradually whittling them down. Pure or AA Iowa? Well, I would say most of the time, before you'd factor consumables into effect, Pure or AA Iowa has an advantage, but once you plug in that defensive fire, no one's going close to a AA cruiser of any description, if they've got an ounce of sanity. Right, let's line the bombers up on that Duke of York. Torpedo bombers get up, we'll target the Bismarck. The Yamato's about to go. Bomb, gone. And now that Bismarck is overextending and the flak blob is starting to break up. Hallelujah. The DM's way out of position. I don't know what he's doing all the way back there. Torpedo bombers. Okay, Bismarck is presenting broadside, so that gives me a good angle there. I think he's trying to get a shot on Derthal. And, oh, here comes the trouble now. Okay, pull the torpedo bombers away from the Lexi. Send the dive bombers... Actually, kick the dive bombers in, target the Bismarck. Duke's going to eat torpedo. Fighters, check. Okay, again, wreck the boom. Yeah, there we go. To commit, then break away, take his dive bombers in the strafe. Most of them at least. And then run away from him. Torpedo bombers can break clear. Now. head north. There's still the Fat Freddy. I don't want to get close to that knot of flak, however. Minotaur plus Dmitry Donskoy. No, thank you. That's too much DACA for my taste. DM's no better, of course. Okay, and... Ooh, never mind, that's baited him off. And he's just going to lock into a dogfight. Yeah, there we go. Move back. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Got him. Wasn't expecting him to sit still obligingly like that, but that just takes me back to my old problem. Namely, I can't get to the battleship without... Actually, no, now the problem's even worse, isn't it? Burden. So, wow. Okay, the Freddy is actually running off to one side, so let's run the bombers round. Actually, that's getting a bit too close to the Minotaur for my taste. Kick the dive bombers round as well. As long as Freddy wanders away from his crew... the Minotaur's still running support. Okay, change of plan. Dmitry is a less painful target to go for at that stage. Also, I should reload my fighters. Okay, 3 and 4 commit. Group 5 just straight in and out. In fact, 3 go one way, 4 go the other. Just go for a cross drop here. Commit 4. And commit 3. Should he eat 1, and then he starts turning, eats 2 and 3. Boom, got him.
Enemy cruiser destroyed. Our victory is in sight.
Crash, bang, wallop. Fighters rearming in 15. Okay. Well, I can only assume that Donskoy did not get the memo, Carl, because, yeah, cross-dropped and boomed. Not much to say there. Okay. Right, let's pull back a little. Bombers rearming. Fat Freddy, again the obvious target. Fighters up to cover. The DM's still... The DM's an easy target from the point of view of getting the damage, but I don't want to try to get close because he will be packing defensive fine. Oh, here come the lambs to the slaughter again. Right, so... Okay, so... Think about this intercept. They're going to get the bomb. He's going to get the bombers through because the fighters have got too long a transit to run. 3, 4, 5 just run out to one side. Again, as noted before, looking for Fat Freddy, but might have to settle for beefsteak instead. Actually, beefsteak might be a better option. I will lose most of the bomber wave, but it will take the Minotaur out of contention. So... can I victimize these bombers? Yeah, I think I can. Alright, let's just line up. Chase down the lead element. Actually, no. Kill the lead element. Kill the tail end Charlies with a strafe. There we go. Overtake. Kill the other tail end Charlies. And now I've got the Minotaur to think about. So, group 3, kick over. Group 4, locking on. And then break the DM away. I don't think this guy is AA spec, you know. Turn group 3 in, force him into a predictable maneuver. Eats 1 and eats shell fire from the others. I've still got torpedoes on group 3. Send them up to deal with the Freddy. I'm gonna go farm me some damage. Farm me some damage. And oh, break clear of that. Group 3. Kick in. Actually kick in like that. Group 5 just run past. Blap the DM. Torpedoes are running. 1 and 2. Ooh, to Freddy or to DM? To Freddy, I think. That is the question. Whether 'tis noble in the mind to go for the battleship citadels. Seriously? Sometimes the random number god is a cruel, cruel mistress. Then again, the torpedo bombs are just about reloaded on group 4, so let's go. I went Japanese Navy to start with, Ranger. Actually, no, I went Langley first. Purely because I'd gone up the USN route as a general purpose how to play the game. So that was the first carrier line I got to, and oh dear, Freddy's going to eat torpedo. Boom. They weren't even my torpedoes either. I was disappointed. Right, let's just lock on there, and doesn't matter, game's over. Yeah. Graf Zepp. Oh wow, if you see one of these things, ladies and gentlemen, I can only suggest that you make sure your carrier knows how to run air defense. Or failing that, make best friends with your anti-air cruisers, because bad things are going to happen if you can't. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah, the Graf Zeppelin, ladies and gentlemen. She's something of a monster in the 1-2-1 if the enemy can't handle air defense. And we lost in the Cossack. 2000 XP though, so that's not a bad run. Will I be buying one? Oh god, I'm tempted. This thing is more Kaga than Kaga, and I like the Kaga. I realise that's a horrible thing to confess to, but yes, pray that your CV has heard of Strafe. And Data, well, it's not just the German battleships, Data. She can get through the deck armour of any battleship. Stunt and I tested it on the Montana and the Musashi. It did not care. Citadels galore. Yeah, but basically pray that your carriers know how to run air defense, and your CV and your cruisers know how to do it, and your CV is better than the other guy. Otherwise it's going to get very, very painful. Enterprise or Graf Zepp? Honestly, at the moment, if you were just starting out in carriers, I would have to say Graf Zepp at the moment, because you start out on 203, and once you've got a feel for it, you can start dipping into the 1-2-1. But yeah, Enterprise will just beat her down in the air war. Shokaku will do the same. But given the ability of the average carrier player at Tier 8 these days, I have to say that's not so likely. If you were brand new to carriers, honestly, I would get a Hosho. But well, Stunt was pretty much brand new to carriers, and he didn't do too badly. I'm not sure what it says about carrier balance that we're saying these things, that it's a case of, well, actually, it's who's got the better carrier driver. But, yeah. I like her. 1-2-1, very dependent on how good an air defense the enemy can run. You saw in that last battle, I was being very careful about where I was setting my targets, how I was running my approaches. Yeah, 1-2-2 Ryuju is a pain, but if you can handle it, then you're going to have a monster time with the bombers, and then you get 2-2-2 with Hiryu and Shokaku, and of course you get 2-2-1 with Kaga. So if you can handle 1-2-2 RJ, then Little Miss Flight Deck Chest is very good preparation for the Japanese carrier line in general. 203 GZ, a retard-proof left-click event. I would not say retard-proof. There is no such thing as retard-proof. It is highly newbie-resistant, and yes, as noted, the dive bombers are basically a left-click adventure. But you still need to know what you're doing with the fight, and that's why Graf is so nice. 203 is a relative newbie's premium carrier, because you can basically have the dive bombers just do their thing with either high explosive or armor piercing, and you can focus on your fighters. And once you've got the fighters down, then you've got the option to go over to 1-2-1 and have yourself a bit of fun with the strike group. Dark, I actually played 202 Lex more than I did anything else, because I didn't care too much about my own personal score. I did care about running air defense and enabling the rest of the team. Now, if I saw 013 Lexington, it was hallelujah, guys, let the party begin. But, yeah, it's a matter of opinion, and of course it's all moot these days because, well, 202 Lexi is a thing in the history books now. Maybe if they do a premium Saratoga. Ha ha ha. Yeah, maybe. got a clear sky, never touched it again. Oh, Dach. You should have been playing Air Superiority Ryuju in the last season, Tier 6 ranked season. That was fun. That farmed a load of clear skies. Also, there is one final thing I must note about Graf. Her secondaries may have a shorter range than Bismarck's, but they throw more lead than the Bismarck or the Tirpitz. So any destroyers trying to get up close to you are going to get a very, very nasty surprise.